and the Cincinnati Reds, that wasn't sponsored by the way, the Cincinnati Reds are just that much of a team. They cannot find a win to kill themselves. Now, since Ohio is used to this, they've had the Cleveland Browns. We're all familiar with the 0-17 Cleveland Browns. They were one of the worst teams ever. And this Cincinnati Reds team could be literally comparable to the Cleveland Browns, which is just totally astonishing. The level of play you have to be that bad. And they might even be worse than the Cleveland Browns, which I ain't gonna doubt. It's potential. Anything is potential with this team. They've just been so bad lately. And to start off 2-3, losing in your home openers and only winning one game in home opener and losing two, yeah, that's a bad taste in your mouth. And they have started out rough and they could not recover. Usually, like they say, the MLB season, if you start out rough, that could demonetize your season. It could, it could just really ruin your season. And the Cincinnati Reds are probably looking to hit the self-destruct button. And the trade deadline, they're gonna get rid of a lot of their players. I see this team in the trade deadline possibly trading for prospects. There really is no hope for this Cincinnati team right now. The only hope is that they can get enough prospects that are quality players to help save the team in the future. But for now, they're going to be in a hole that they'll never climb out of. I mean, they can't get their fans can't. The fans haven't showed up to the stadiums because they know that they're stuck in rebuild mode, which no team wants to show up when your team is stuck in rebuild mode. It's a terrible sight to see. In rebuild mode, it will turn out good, or it will just turn out like a disaster. There are a lot of teams that have great prospects that turn into really good stars, and then there are those prospects that don't turn into anything, and your team now is on a 10-year rebuild like the Orioles. The Orioles are a perfect team, what I like to call in rebuild. The Orioles have been in rebuild ever since, and they've always been in rebuild. This last decade, the Orioles have been in rebuild. They could not find enough talent on the team, in prospects. And baseball prospects are really hard to find a good one. There's a lot of so-called diamonds, but out of those diamonds, you'll find rocks, and those rocks will always be there, and they will just be the worst players on your team. And diamonds are so far in between. When you dig up diamonds, you're not going to find just a whole bunch of diamonds. You're going to find one diamond, and that one diamond is going to be your only diamond on the team that's going to do anything. And that's kind of how the Orioles are. And they can't find enough diamonds in the hole. This team has plenty of prospects, but will they be the diamonds that they're looking for? Will they finally find that grand prospects that teams have been searching for? Really, I mean, if you think about it, I don't think any of the Cincinnati prospects will be diamonds. Maybe solid contributors, but their team is really just stuck in hell. Like, there's no hope for them. There's no hope. They're like the Orioles. There isn't much hope. You try to find something for them, and there's really nothing. They've been aging for the last a decade or so, and they just are on a downward spiral, and fans just have to, get used to it. So anyway, that concludes the most disappointing team of 2022. You're 16-31, fifth in the NL Central, and have had the worst season ever to start off, and just continue.